You know that you have a gun show, like, just around the block going on right now?
That would have been cool to go to.
I know. I was thinking about going over there, but every time I go to a gun show, I get all these dudes asking me about these guns. They're like, I'm like, yes, they are weapons of mass destruction. I know. I have to get permits for them.
Are you fucking with me right now?
They ask me about all these weird questions, and I get real weirded out at these gun shows, man.
Is there not a gun show going on nearby? Everybody, welcome back to the Salty Soup Podcast.
These podcasts are getting a lot more structured. I've figured it out a little bit. Like I write some notes, and I'm like, okay, we need a little intro, and we need like...
Yeah, I need a laugh before the like stinger transition, and then welcome in.
Were you in did I interrupt you? We're saying hi to people?
Honestly, the 40 people that watch know what's up. I'm Cody. This is Dalton. Salty Soup Podcast.
You know, I hope our shit blows up and people are going to go look back on our old stuff, be like, wow, that's where they started. Because I think eventually it's going to get wild and crazy.
You know what's funny is I think about this a lot. Like, let's say 3 or 4 years down the road, it's a sustainable YouTube channel. Mm-hmm. I mean, I really enjoy the podcast. Like, they're free form. You don't have to like... There's not a lot of editing. There's not a lot of like, we have to figure out what we're filming.
True.
So I want to like, kind of always want to do that.
It's probably the best way to get that watch time.
Right. That's 100%
videos.
True. But the other thing is, it's like 3 or 4 years down the road, we'll have all these new subs. I'm going to have to retell the most embarrassing stories that I have already told.
Oh no, we'll have plenty of new embarrassing stories.
Right, that's probably true.
It's all good.
Something I wanted to talk about today. I think MrBeast is like, you could push him into becoming a supervillain. You saw the latest MrBeast video?
Yeah.
I
did.
He had put all of his friends in this like elaborate escape room that he made. And the first room,
very elaborate.
Yeah,
like,
dude.
It's so interesting with him because he's getting to the point where he's like his own movie studio now.
Oh, 100%.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it used to be just like this little YouTuber, and it's so funny because he made some money and then he makes a new video, and if you look back on his videos, it started out like the first one was him kind of just doing this thing where he duct taped himself head to toe.
Right.
And then, you know, got enough money to maybe buy enough Orbeez to fill his backyard. You know what I mean? And that was a huge video. And then that led to the next stupid prank thing. It's not really prank things, but it's just very interesting. And now he's come to this point where I watched that last video and you're like, holy shit, like he had to... This isn't him anymore. This is
an 8-minute video.
This is him hiring artists and like people to
set designers.
Set designers, and there's explosions going off, and like you're just like, this guy could make his own movies if he wanted to.
Right.
I mean, he can do anything. Which you know, we'll talk about what he's doing, but it's just amazing.
He takes all of that and he puts it into an 8-minute YouTube video, which is insane.
It's so interesting to see what these YouTubers are doing with... I mean, they're getting this crazy cash, but, you know, we'll get into what he's doing. I was going to tell you about some other YouTubers, too, but Beast has businesses, too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think did we talk about Beast Burgers on the last...
Well, we've definitely talked about a lot of Beast Burgers. Real quick, though, I just want to say that this escape room, the first room is walls closing in with spikes on them. And then there's like a bunch of like...
That's intense.
Rooms
Indiana
after
Jones
that.
shit.
And the last room is like the floor is lava and his friends have to like kind of get through the series of obstacles. But I imagine, give it a year, that spike wall will actually close on someone. The floor will actually be lava. He's going to keep raising these stakes. Soon it'll be outright murder. And he'll find at that point that he likes it. And he'll have all this money and he'll just keep going.
I mean, secretly, I do think that he's not really this like amazing, great person that he'll portray him out to be. I think the people that really know him, he's probably like kind of a dick, kind of a doucher, but I don't know. I could be wrong. It's just,
I've heard a lot of people that really do know him make videos saying that he is the most genuine, nice, sincere person that they've ever encountered.
Did you watch his earlier videos with that one Viking guy that you?
What are you doing with that sock?
It was flipped upside down.
How does that happen? How do you wake up in the morning and you put the sock on upside down?
No, it didn't. Yeah, I probably did. Who knows? Don't change the subject. There's
I do know about Steve the Viking.
Yeah, and he used to work for. Used to be high school friends with the guy, and used to work for him early, and eventually they butted heads and they don't work together anymore. And he talks a little bit about it, but he doesn't go too in depth about it. And
you watched Steve's video?
A little bit. The Viking guy.
I got the impression that there's definitely a falling out, and maybe some animosity, but in his words in the video were that of mutual. I don't know, splitting up, and
the Viking guy, he's a little bit of an alpha in my opinion. Like it's like he's competing with Beast, and at the same time he's like a character in this whole show, and it's like, well, why can't I just be my own fucking show, my own character? Like it's like he was a part of a band, and now he's like, well, I'm just gonna do my own solo shit too. Like,
right.
That's what the kind of vibe that I got from it. But he probably is a great guy. I just wanted to create some controversy. There's going to be some internet trolls like writing these articles. MrBeast is actually a shitty person right. Putting this out.
Well, I'm a MrBeast stan. And what's interesting is that in that video, you're talking about creating companies.
Yeah.
He announced his chocolate company.
He's Willy Wonka as well. Why not?
Right. And the way that
he's already been PewDiePie, we'll do that, and then we'll be Willy Wonka now.
The way it works is that these chocolate bars, he's doing a full Willy Wonka thing where 10 chocolate bars have a ticket inside of them. And if you get the ticket, you get to fly out to be in his chocolate factory video.
Dude, it's gonna be the fucking Willy Wonka, and there's gonna be some little fat girl, and she eats too much, and
it's super interesting. The chocolate bars have codes on them, and dude, what's funny is,
oh my god, what if there's gonna be a bunch of Oompa Loompas?
Okay, more to the point about him being evil. You're right. Willy Wonka was a child murderer, a serial child murderer.
He's just like.
He killed,
abused all these little children that came to his chocolate shop.
So this is another.
One of them ended up the size of a blueberry.
This furthers the theory that MrBeast is like descending into madness.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I know you want to go dark with it, but I think what's going to happen, he's going to get to the point where he makes it look so good that you believe it's real. So like in the videos, like today, it was like you're walking across lava, but then you see it, it's like, oh, there's just like fancy lights you put underneath.
Right.
But I think eventually he's gonna get to the point where, because the first room, there's like spikes coming in, and you have no idea, like, right. Oh my god, these guys are gonna get crushed.
They have to use a sledgehammer to get through a brick wall.
Which, I mean, it's just very well done, very thought through. Like, it was amazing video. The guy is just doing it right. I mean, he's got a good team too now. Like he can do whatever he wants. He's got a giant warehouses full of stuff now.
Yeah.
What a crazy. We want to get to that point, man.
Oh, I don't even need to get to that point. Just give me like.
I know, right? We just want a little YouTube warehouse. That's all we really want.
The Beast Bars are so interesting because I imagine that they're only going to be available for this promotion for like 30 days because he's doing the drawings for the prizes in 70 days. So with like shipping and then people putting in the codes, he's got to end the sale of the bars kind of early. And then that way everyone can get their tickets. And there are 3 flavors. There's like a crunch, almond, and just a regular chocolate bar. And what you don't know is that we get to try those today.
Oh, you bought some.
I did buy some.
I was going to buy some of Logan Paul's new drink.
Tell me about that as I open these up.
Logan Paul's out there all over TikTok and shit, putting out his he has like an energy drink. It looks like more like a Gatorade kind of a drink, and it's in like Walmarts and GNCs now. I mean, this guy's like, you know, a YouTuber, and now he's got products in big stores, big name stores.
They're energy drinks?
I don't know. I haven't tried one yet, but I believe it's in that kind of genre. But I don't know if it's more like a Gatorade or if it's more like a energy drink.
Okay, so here's the gimmick to these chocolate bars. They are vegan. Here, let's try the regular chocolate first. Break piece.
This is regular?
This is just regular chocolate. 4-ingredient vegan chocolate.
Wish it had some meat.
Yeah. I like my chocolate diced with like sirloin. It's pretty good.
Is Hershey's use like full cow and everything, or how is that?
I think that it's kind of like you take the cow to the butcher, all the byproduct gets like creamed into chocolate. I have no idea how chocolate's made.
How is all? Oh, is it because it doesn't use cream?
Right. Milk, right?
So what does this use instead of cream?
This uses, I'll tell you the 4 ingredients. It uses cane sugar, chocolate liqueur, organic cocoa butter, and sunflower lecithin?
Lecithin?
Lecithin? Let's try that one. That one's the crunch bar.
May contain tree nuts.
Oh, I wish you had a severe allergy that I could get on camera. God damn, imagine the views for that. Views for a friend's
Oh, you're
death.
allergic? But this is supposed to be the good one. Crunch bar. Oh, this is a mukbang video.
Yeah. ASMR chewing. No. Crunch bars, when I was a little kid, were my favorite thing to get at the movie theater.
Very good.
Actually, it was Bunch of Crunch. I don't remember that.
Oh, do you know that we're eating chocolate? You're not allowed to have chocolate.
Dogs love chocolate.
You want some chocolate? I'm sorry.
Pretty good. Big fan.
We're teaching our dog leave it right now. Leave it.
You should teach her flip. Where she just straight up does a backflip.
I've been trying to do the rollover, but I cannot get her to do it. And I know like people follow him around the treat, but she's like,
Just stares at it.
you know.
My dog, I try to teach her shake, and I put my hand out, and you lift their paw to like teach them to get the paw in the air. She thinks that the trick is me grabbing her paw and her letting me do that.
Yeah, just grab it right there.
Go ahead, grab it.
Oop.
All right, the last one is almond. I think that the almond's probably going to be my favorite. This one is the almond one. They're good. None of these 3 bars, though, contained a ticket, which means I'm not going to the chocolate factory today.
Damn. Well, I'm going to order some for sure. You going to buy some more? How much were they?
Okay, so now you can choose a flavor, and you can get a 10 back of that flavor. Or you can choose a variety box, which gives you all 3 flavors and 6 of each flavor. I think that was like
box?
Yeah, I think that was like $40 or $50.
So you still got a chance.
Yeah.
$50 for how many?
What
20,
is 3
25?
times 6? 18.
3 of them. Or sorry,
6 of each flavor.
6.
Now, Kelsey, I haven't had these yet, but I let Kelsey eat, like, have 3, try them out. She said they were good. And they are good. I mean, it's a chocolate bar.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you can kind of tell it's not made with cream. It tastes like more of a darker chocolate.
Which I prefer, for sure.
Instead of like a creamy chocolate. Yeah.
I really don't like milk chocolate anymore. I used to eat that shit up as a kid, but here's what changed my mind. Someone said it tastes like sour milk, like spoiled milk. And ever since they said that, every time I go to eat milk chocolate, that pops into my head, and I can't get the taste out of my mouth.
I just saw a TikTok video of somebody pointing out that all the coffee creamers out there, it's like you think it's mostly cream, milk cream, but it's actually mostly vegetable oil.
Really?
Yeah. So now I've been like totally bummed out. Like I used to love putting creamers in my coffee, but now I'm like, I don't want to just put fucking packets of vegetable oil in my coffee. Like that sounds
What
weird.
I do for my coffee is heavy whipping cream. Just coffee and heavy whipping cream.
Nice. I mean, nothing wrong with like milk and stuff. I think I do that too. But now I'm just saying, I'm all bummed out now. Like, great, now I can't have creamers.
How much of the shit that we eat is just a fabrication, dude? It's just a fucking lie.
It's so bad.
I do have one more surprise for you.
What a day. Chocolate, now what?
If you reach to your right, you'll see a cardboard box. Pull it out.
It's not the weights.
It's not the weights.
Oh, these are some baby weights. You got to put some. Is this for Kelsey? Is this for Kelsey's?
Yeah. No, it is for Kelsey for sure. It's actually for my dog. I would never be caught lifting 15 pounds.
Oh shit!
What's in there, buddy?
Have an unboxing. Is this our first unboxing video?
I mean, I count the Christmas video as an unboxing.
Unboxing the dog?
No. Oh. When we gave each other presents, you fucking idiot.
That's right. I forgot.
For those who watch not our podcast, our other version, our reaction videos, you'll notice in the background there's a skateboard that says the Dankest Soup. That's my channel. That's like shameless self-promotion. But now we have a couple options for Sulty Soup. The first one is our new logo.
Woo! That is sick.
Isn't that sick, dude? Can of soup and literal salt shaker. And the next one is our banner, which is our mics for the podcast.
Which is 100% made by you. We didn't even hire an artist for that one. That's pretty sick.
I made that one, yep. There are some weird print lines going through it, but I don't care. It's going to be in the background of the video.
No worry. That is interesting. No, that did get a weird print line. Did you said a friend made these for you, or did you go through a company?
I went through a company. It's actually a popular company. I'm sure you know about them. CCS.
Ha! Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, that brought back some memories.
CCS, dude. I remember getting the little pamphlet flyer thing in the mail
every month as a kid, and
God
you're like,
damn.
What can I get? Can I get anything this month?
Right. Yeah, CCS was my fucking jam when I was a little kid.
Sick. Well, for the podcast, we'll put this one on, right? And then we'll switch it to the other board.
Well, wherever you put it, it's way out of frame. Like, I cut the video off, like, right here. So maybe one day we get, like, a little holder right there for now. Oh, you want to try it this way? Okay. I think that might be terrifying. Just scary enough. Right on.
Hey.
That looks fine.
Don't worry about the hundreds of dollars worth of microphones.
Yeah, definitely.
They'll be fine.
Or my nunchucks that I poured
I'd
my
be
heart
much
and
more
soul
worried
into
about
that.
those are worth something now. That video turned out great. I don't know if we talked about it on the podcast, but I was so proud about it, man.
Yeah, that's a good one.
A little bit of everything in there.
Had some variety, had a storyline. It worked. Our most recent video was pretty funny too. The Sharpies.
Son of a bitch. Oh,
did you get the TikTok
funny.
I sent you about the it was another TikTok, and it was just somebody who used permanent marker to ruin someone else's day, and Kelsey was like, you got to send that to Dalton because you fucked his boxes up.
Well, it was so funny because I came in like acting like, oh, this stuff works. I like did a little bit on the corner, and it looked like it took it off. But then when we tried it out, it definitely did not take it off. And then you were like, oh, this is gonna work. So you just went and put it on the most noticeable part of it.
It's so nuts to me because
I'm gonna have to scribble it out before I resell it now. Or just like
there's got to be a way to get it off, one, and two.
I know.
Back when at my last job, I used to plan out like this giant schedule on a whiteboard. And to keep everything in order, I would use Sharpie to make lines on the whiteboard. And dry erase 100% remove Sharpie from a whiteboard.
Right.
Without problem. It just comes off. And I saw the white letters and very whiteboard-like.
Right.
And like I said in the video, before we started filming, I was like, okay, I know that this works. But I'm going to be argumentative. I'm going to combat you a little bit since you're bringing me this idea.
Yeah, this shit don't work.
So as soon as we got there...
I even actually tried to preface the video like, okay, you got to act like this shit don't work.
Right.
Like I'm going to be the advocate for it.
And I knew that it worked. I 100% knew that it worked. And then when it didn't work, I was so fucking shocked.
But you were happy at the same time.
I was so happy. I was like, oh my God.
Smiling.
Subverted my expectations in such a cool way. Ruining Dalton's stuff, mind you.
I tried one more thing when I went home. I put some more dry erase marker, and then I tried to use that like whiteboard spray that comes with, every whiteboard. But it did, just the main, like just kind of wiped it up a little bit. Kind of faded it, but not really took it away.
I gotta think something like acetone would strip that. Paint thinner.
I know it's like there's something. I don't want to like mess with anything on the case. If there's paint on the case, but I don't know. If you guys got some comments below, I'm sure we're gonna get them on that damn video. Like,
yeah, someone already commented to use ketchup and milk or something like that.
They say. You guys got to do ketchup, toothpaste, and
lemon, and then wash it away with milk.
Yeah, something like that. But they're just messing with us.
Yeah, there's no way. Someone else commented about how hard I was laughing.
That was a genuine laugh. That was not scripted.
Dude, what's funny is that I was editing that video and I was like, okay, I'm going to cut this. And then I was like, no, fuck it. I got to leave this entire part in. So like from drawing the wiener to like us realizing this definitely doesn't work and us talking about it not working, I uncut. Oh, it was so good.
That was great. So I was just watching this TikTok and I found out about the richest 29-year-old in the world right now.
Oh, I know about him. I must have seen the TikTok.
Probably.
He like created his own startup, tech, something.
Well, I know for sure he's in this scenario. He was he did create his own crypto exchange, I believe.
Okay.
But the way he made his money, at least the one I'm talking about, he's 29 years old, worth $22 billion. And
if you had that kind of money, would you kill someone?
What do you mean? If I had that kind of money, I don't have to be near anybody.
Would you pay to have someone killed? Like you'd have a group of mercenaries, right?
I'd have my own island and nobody would fuck with me. I'd just be on my island chilling.
You'd have like an Epstein style island.
Well, oh man. Yeah.
Okay, so how did he make his money to begin with?
22 billion in the crypto markets by basically like forex trading. It would be Bitcoin would be worth be worth $50,000 in America and be worth $60,000 in Japan. And so he'd buy some America and sell it in Japan, and he'd make that $10,000 difference instantly. And he'd do it over and over and over again, trying to find similar to what you can do now in the forex trading market, where our currency is worth this much, and then it's constantly varying. But usually you have to buy, a lot of it to make a difference.
This year, they're going to really be cracking down on capital gains tax for crypto, as well as
for sure.
Like you have to report if you get airdropped an NFT, you have to report that as a gift, and
wow,
if it's over 15 grand, now you got to pay this gift tax. And I was talking with a buddy last night.
I'm more worried about like the government just making their own and going with Ripple or whatever and trying to get rid of Bitcoin.
Oh, I would love to see the government actually come together and create something.
Yeah, well, that's true too. We'll see if they can.
Awesome. Yeah. They're gonna start their own blockchain.
Well, what I heard, it was just going to be going off of what's already been made, which I don't know a whole lot about this, but like there's the Ethereum network. Whatever network Ripple is on, that's the one that they're going to try to go with. What's that?
Where'd you hear that from?
TikTok. And I've always not been a fan of Ripple because I've always heard it's not decentralized. It's a crypto, but it's, you can trace. I guess the government wants to use it so they can easily trace it. Is the point I'm making.
I don't know.
We're obviously not crypto geniuses here.
All I can tell you is that every transaction is crazy traceable no matter what chain you use. I mean, that's the whole point of it. I can't imagine them getting involved any more than just creating regulations, which 100% should happen.
Yeah.
That's good for everyone. That stops all these fucking scammers.
Right. This whole thing happened, and it was the wild, wild west with pyramid schemes and.
Did you hear about this guy, Ice Poseidon?
No.
He was a Twitch streamer. He got banned on Twitch for some reason. He carried over to YouTube, and he's still this big guy who has a lot of money doing content creation. But he used to be more popular. And I watched this 3-part CoffeeZilla series about the scam he just did. And he told his community, I'm super excited about this project. I'm going to create my own coin.
Oh, yeah.
And he invested $50,000 into his own money. And he worked on it for a couple weeks. And in that time, everyone else, the grand total, had invested $500 grand or something close to that. No, it was $400 grand. And then the guy stopped working on it, and he pulled out $350,000 of it, leaving $50,000 for everyone else who invested the majority of the money to try to withdraw from. And CoffeeZilla actually got on the phone with him. Mm-hmm. And the guy was unapologetic. He admitted to everything.
Yeah.
And he refused to call himself a scam artist but CoffeeZilla is listen, here's what happened. You told everyone you're going to work on this project. You knew you were bored of it and you didn't want to do it anymore. At that point, you could have said, everybody withdraw your money. I'm not interested anymore.
Right.
And he's furthermore, you still have the money. You can still give it back.
Right.
And the guy's look, man, That is true what you're saying.
Look, man, I'm getting into NFTs. Here's my new NFT project.
CoffeeZilla said, "What are you going to do with the money?" And he said, "I'm going to reinvest it in crypto, mainly Ethereum." God damn.
Oh man.
Well,
you know,
this is why regulations need to happen, because these people are preying on their audience and the poor.
Crypto is getting a bad rap, but there has always been scammers throughout history. It doesn't matter what kind of currency you've ever had. You ever read The Richest Man in Babylon? It's like a book that every freaking guru tells you need to read, and it's like 10 little stories about how to not get scammed out of your money. It's like, this is how you get scammed. Like,
well, I don't think the onus is on the people who invested. What I think the problem is like back to the regulation thing, where it's if you were to do this in any other open market, there is a law that would see your ass in prison.
Right.
But right now, because it's so new and there is no regulation, it gives all these
you definitely
actual scammers opportunities. Because
CoffeeZilla, you get sued if you were a normal company, but
it would be like a federal crime if you were like a stock trader, or like you were creating a company that goes public and you decide to sell like everything.
Oh, go on.
Oh, I was just going to say, the other thing is CoffeeZilla straight up asked him, like, do you think you should go to prison for this? And the guy was like, no.
Wow.
It's just...
I told the people I was going to create a project.
Right.
I
didn't tell them that I was going to get bored with it.
I didn't tell them it was worth anything. Or that I'm a financial advisor. Hopefully,
right.
Anyways, I just watched this. I haven't seen it yet, but I saw this trailer on Netflix for a documentary. I think I was like, it's called The Tinder Dater or something. I can't. It's Tinder something. But,
like the dating app?
Yeah.
Okay.
But this guy, he would screw over his ladies he'd meet on Tinder. And he would like seek out different women that are well off, like pretty wealthy, and he would treat them like, they go out and he'd take him out on his private jet, and they'd think that he's just a very wealthy dude, and then he'd create some crazy story like, I need $20,000. These people are after me. My assets just got like frozen, and these women would give him thousands of dollars, and then you never hear from him again, basically. And they'd find out later he's this, Tinder scammer or whatever the fuck it was.
That's awesome.
I've been getting into
crazy.
These are the kind of documentaries I've been getting into on Netflix lately. I saw one before that. This dude out in England, or it might not be England, might be in Europe somewhere. I can't actually remember the country, but This started back when he was in college. Crazy. This is crazy. I actually watched this one. The guy had 3 roommates, and it was 2 girls and a guy. And he went up to the 2 girls, and he's like, the other dude we're roommates with is a part of the IRA. Like the gun, he's starting to get into that, and at this time there was like a lot of this news going around, like all this gun or gang violence and all this shit's going around. And he's like, I'm an undercover police officer in this, trying to investigate this right now, but you 2 are in danger right now. We need to get out of here. And he like took these women and ended up like extracting money from them, saying this was the part of the
witness protection fee.
Yeah, witness protection program, witness protection fees that will help you get it. We're going to help you get a new identity, but we need to hide for a while, go to these and stay in hiding for a little while. And that's how it like started. And he did this like 4 or 5 times, like over and over again throughout his life, just scamming these women until eventually, like the last one, which the whole documentary, most of it's about like these two kids talking about their mom. They haven't seen her in years. She's with this guy, and this guy had already scammed the two kids out of like all the inheritance that they were getting into as a child. Like, and they didn't know they were children. Like, they thought they were, that he was helping them set something up, and then he fucked them over, took the money, and then ended up leaving with the wife or the mother, and the mother hasn't talked to the kids either. Like, she's just brainwashed. So,
and she is confirmed living?
In the documentary, they don't know.
Oh, okay.
It gets real weird.
So they like really haven't heard from her.
They find this like house that they were in. The freaking bedroom had like this giant industrial lock on it, and there was newspaper on the windows. And
wow.
I'll show you that documentary. It was pretty crazy, man. But he had done this like IRA lie like 2 or 3 times, and then it did another different kind of lie that was very similar. Basically saying that somebody's after me and we need to go in the witness protection program kind of thing. And it's gonna cost fees and stuff like that.
That's so weird.
Scamming women out of thousands of dollars.
Interesting. Have you ever been scammed?
I almost bought a timeshare once.
Oh, that is a very classic scam.
Tess and I think this might have been in college. Yeah, it was back in Iowa. I had gotten a piece of letter in the mail saying, if you come out to this convention, we're going to pay for a vacation for you. I was like, what the fuck? And it like showed you what it could include and all that. And I was like, fuck yeah, did we just go out there? They're going to give us a vacation. I was like, Tess, you going to come with me? And she's like, she was so reluctant. Like, she doesn't give a fuck about this. Like, she's already seen the world twice, like with her parents and stuff. Her mom's a flight attendant. Yeah. So, but she went reluctantly. And we went all the way out to this, like a hotel, not a hotel, we want to say it's...
A resort?
Yeah, like a resort out in the middle of Wisconsin. Like nowhere. Sick. And it was like, some of it was like under construction still, like it was being redone. And they took us to like this big like convention area. And we met with a salesman, and the salesman basically tried to hustle us into getting a timeshare with this thing, and then if you get a timeshare with us, you can look in the booklet and get hotels all over the world too, and all this shit. And I mean, as you're doing it, there's like 50 tables, 50 salesmen out here trying to hustle people, and every time they make a sale, big old bell goes up, do, and then the people that bought, here's a so-and-so, the family, they just bought the package, everybody cheer for blah. Like, it's, dude, yeah, like you're like, oh man, look at these people, they bought the package, and so we listened to the whole speech. I mean, and I was almost like interested, but Tess was so far gone. She was like, let's get the fuck out of here, this is ridiculous. I was like, but look at all these vacations, I don't know. But when you
Wisconsin's beautiful.
It had nothing to do with Wisconsin. It was more about like you could go all these other places, but then you start looking at these fees and you're like, oh, it's like you have to go on these vacations, like you're forcing yourself. And at the end of the day, I think the vacation thing should be kind of because of whatever's going on in life. Like that's just, it's natural,
Yeah. I've never had to sit through a timeshare pitch. I know of timeshares, and most recently, me and Kelsey are constantly looking for like property. Mm-hmm. Funny enough, we took a trip to Breckenridge, which is the sweatshirt you're wearing, and we were looking like, what do homes cost here? Nothing is under $1 million in Breckenridge. First off,
no, that's a ski village.
But on Zillow, we started seeing very affordable apartments, like not apartments, condos, like you actually own them. Yeah. And we're like, oh fuck, that's not bad. We gotta fuck it, let's get into one of these. It was a timeshare. It was like a timeshare that you paid for like up front for, I don't know if I swear to God, it was like 60 grand or something. And I don't know if that was for the year. You know what I mean? Like, that could have been...
You get it when it's not the busy season.
Right. Which, good, actually.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to be there during the busy season.
Sure.
That's a beautiful area, though, for sure.
Dang it. I just had another story in my head. Now
About you getting scammed?
No. That timeshare one, that was funny, though. I mean, they really, like... It's like hypnotizing, man. You're like, you want to like do this thing, you know?
It probably took like 30 minutes or an hour or something.
Yeah,
that's the thing. They break you.
It's a full thing.
They fucking break you.
What can we do? Is it the money? Is it the, you know, what is it?
They hit you with this is a classic sales tactic. It's if I can, will you? So if you have an objection, if they can fix that, will you commit?
Yeah. I heard there's only 3 excuses in the sale. It's I don't have the time, I don't have the money, or I have to ask my spouse. So you have to get over those 3 hurdles. Oh, we have to ask the spouse? Okay, I got my phone right here. We can give them a call right now. We'll definitely get that figured out real quick. Or it's the money. Okay, we can definitely. What if I can? Yeah, like the what if I can knock off $20? Is that what's gonna? We're in the right range. Or it's time. Well, we have a lot of availability. Look at this availability. I think we can make this work.
Right.
I've been a salesman once upon a time.
Yeah, I did sales for 5 or 6 years. I was in apartment leasing.
Technically, I could still be in it. I do teach personal trainings, but I don't advertise it. Like, I learned this for personal training when I worked at UFC Gym, and they were like constantly having you hound personal training sessions, cold calling, and you got to set up a certain, like 2 or 3 starter sessions a week with people in the gym. Like, hey, let's get one-on-one session. First session's free, and we can talk about some personal training in the future, maybe.
Did I ever tell you the time I signed up for personal training? I signed a 1-year contract.
No.
Yeah, I signed a 1-year contract with LA Fitness. And here's the fucked up part. So you have
been scammed.
I have been, dude. I have been scammed hard because listen to this.
I have been scammed hard.
The sign up was like, the guy was super. I had gone in there like, I want to commit to something, and maybe if I have this monetary obligation, maybe that'll force me to do this thing. And the guy who sold me on the thing, super cool, super funny. He made me feel cool and funny.
Right.
And
this is my friend. I made a new friend and a membership. It was a great day.
So the personal trainer, I don't remember the guy's name. This was a few years ago, but he was extremely friendly. He was awesome. First day of personal training, dude, the shit he put me through, I puked in the bathroom. He worked me so fucking hard. I go to the second time, I puke again. And then,
you know what that means?
What?
You're out of shape.
Well, I was, dude, back in those days, I was the most out of shape I've ever been.
True.
It was like crazy bad. But
he has this level already, and you're not there yet.
No.
You know what I mean?
Here's the scam.
Oh, okay.
The scam is you overwork someone so that they don't want to come back. And I've already signed a 1-year contract.
Wow.
And I was out after like 2 or 3 sessions.
They purposely broke you.
That's what I think.
That's great.
You know how I got out of that 1-year contract?
No.
I switched banks. I got new debit cards and shit.
Nice.
I just fucking bailed on that.
Nice.
And this was years ago. It never showed up on my credit. I got away with it.
Wow. Interesting. So instead of, manning up and getting in shape,
I tucked tail and ran out of there, dude. I got the fuck out of there.
Fuck getting in shape, dude.
I switched banks. I changed my name.
What did you expect him to do? Did you expect him just to be nice to you and be like, "Good job, buddy"?
No, you fucking maniac. You scale up. You scale up.
We didn't scale. All right, we're supposed to start here and go up. You started me up here, buddy.
He asked.
You gotta scale.
No,
what kind of trainer are you?
The
man?
thing is like at the time I wasn't assertive enough. Like I should have said, "This is my comfort level. This is where I need to be."
Right.
The fact that I'm in here at all is already an improvement.
Right.
But I was just being a yes man, and I was the one, honestly, who was pushing myself, right?
Right.
Until I broke. But I mean, but also he asked me questions like, "You ever do this or you ever do that?" I'm like, "No, I have no experience. Here I am for the first time."
Right.
So I like to blame him, but it was 100% me.
That's funny, man. I mean, I'll be the devil's advocate and say I have trained some people, and I usually end up being too optimistic, and I have them do things that I like doing, and then I found out, oh, you are not coordinated. You've never done anything like this. I have to take you 2 steps back before we can even get to here.
Yeah.
So that has happened to me, man, where I've like, oh man, I have this plan where I was going to do this, but now I have to step it back because this is, and I mean, it has happened to me. So maybe he was just trying to figure out where you were, and you bailed out before you could.
Oh, really... I got the fuck out of there. Dude, I remember puking in the bathroom and like people looking at me. And that was I think that the embarrassment of that was more like, oh, I can't be around these people anymore. They know that I'm the puker.
That's why.
And I am the fucking puker, dude. I really puked in the foot chugging video or whatever, the shoe chugging video.
Yep. That was a great video too.
Yeah, I think that's the only time I've ever come close to being scammed. Or, I mean, that wasn't really a scam, but I've never really fallen for like a Nigerian prince or anything like that. You know what I mean?
Speaking of Nigerian prince, did you like that Asian, what was that? AsianWomanFinder.com? Asian Moonshine?
Listen, I want to laugh at this with you because it could have been funny. But the thing is you'll text me, I'll text back, and then I'll text back. You don't fucking reply. I have no way to understand what's going on when we communicate.
The Asian Moonshine bit was basically just to bring it up now because what I wanted to share with you was the ad that they were sending me, but it was not showing up as the ad for you, so I just bailed on it.
When I clicked on it, it took me to an Asian dating website, and Dalton texted me a link to an Asian dating website, and I asked for context. I said, "What is this?"
This is an Asian dating website?
And nothing. Just no reply. No reply at all.
You figure it out, man.
Like every single fucking one of my texts to Dalton. Just, I have to assume that he got my text. I don't know.
So apparently YouTube thinks that I need to find myself an Asian.
What was the ad?
The ad was so funny, man. It was like, you know, you've been looking for an Asian woman. And then it just goes on for 10 minutes about why you want an Asian woman. Asian women love older men. Asian women only care about personality.
Why'd you watch the whole ad?
I got through about 3/4 of it, and then I tried sending it to you.
This is something that's very important for the audience to understand. I have cut out whole chunks of our videos, especially in our early videos, until I had to call Dalton out for it. Like our first 3 or 4 videos, Dalton is just making these comments about Asian girls.
Apparently I'm not allowed to say the word Asian.
That's not the problem. The problem is everyone doesn't need to know that you have an
We were watching
obvious
these videos.
preference.
I was like, what did I say? I don't remember. I said
it was just you expressing your preference for Asian women, but it was like you said it so many times. I was like, I can't. You're taking this too far, buddy.
Well, what happened was there was many races in these videos, but for some reason I kept bringing up the Asian ones, and you're like, why do you keep saying, hey, bring up these Asian people? And I didn't have a good.
And it was reason. Multiple videos about Asian girls, and the other thing is that you watching 3/4 of the Asian dating app ad further illustrates that you prefer Asian ladies, and that's totally fine.
It was so funny though. It was just, it just went on. Asian women are this, and Asian women are this, and they love this, and I'm just like, who's on here doing this, man?
So
besides me,
I was about to say, when you created the account, what was the site like? Yeah. Was it a paid?
It was a sale actually. I had a discount code.
Sick.
Asian Persuasion.
I knew
at
it.
the checkout.
I knew it.
Oh. Don't act like you don't like Asian women.
I definitely do. I'm just saying that you have a preference for them.
Well, now we can go shopping for them. Apparently.
I think it was just a dating app, buddy. This wasn't this wasn't a Russian wife finding app.
I think you just click on which one you want.
Well, yes, and then you have to establish communication. And if they reciprocate, then maybe you guys can agree to a consensual date.
According to the ad, I had everything that they wanted. Apparently, I mean, it was clear.
Well, you definitely have the older man thing. That's about it.
By the way, I'm not 32. I know everybody's worried about that. They saw that in the fight video.
You are worried about
currently,
that. That was your only commentary.
31 and a half, people. I'm 31 and a half, not yet 32.
Dalton is very sensitive about a few things. One of them is his age.
and my alpha.
The term alpha and sometimes height. Sometimes.
Yeah, I do. I have to have Cody step back a little bit, and I have to step forward in the camera all the time. Like, get back there, dude. You're making me look like a
there's
fucking
a lot of
midget.
Perspective things that I learned from watching behind the scenes on Lord of the Rings. Like, how'd they make those hobbits so small? They're just standing way in the background.
Yeah, we had to build the set just for this. Everything's like, some things have to be like closer, but they're like built smaller because they're close. We had to do the whole set different. It was quite tedious, but at least we look the same size now.
Yeah. No, it was well worth it. It was like a MrBeast level production.
Yeah, we're getting there. People don't even know yet.
Well, that's all I got today, man.
Yeah, I kind of went through my notes already.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is podcasting.
The only other thing I was going to talk about, I was going to ask you if you've ever been fired today. But I don't know if we're going to bring that up on another podcast.
Let me think about that. I don't... No, I've never been fired. Have you been fired?
Yes.
Were you late?
I was probably late, but that's not why I was fired, I don't think.
Okay. Okay.
Actually, that was why I was fired once.
I fucking knew it. I don't understand. Like, society has created the clock for everyone to use. You do understand how it works, right?
It works around me, all right? You let them, they can wait, all right?
No, I don't get it.
Take a nap or something.
All right, so you definitely got
fired twice. Well, one of them I kind of quit, so I don't count. The first one about being late thing, why I joke about it, I worked at a casino for 3 years, and they are very nitpicky on being late, tardy, or gone, right?
As jobs should be, because they need tasks completed in a timely fashion, and they pay you to do that.
But the thing was, I was in college at the time. So what I would do is I'd be in college all day. I go to wrestling practice from 3 to like, 4:35. And then I get to work at like 5:30 and then close out till like 10 o'clock. And the first year I worked at the casino, there was no problems there. I was explicit. I'm in wrestling. I won't be here till a certain time. And everything went fine. But then the next 2 years, they'd have like some sort of point system, like a half a point for being tardy or a full point if you didn't, no call, no showed or something. And 2 points, 2 or 3 points in a year and you're fired, I believe it was. And so they like hit me up one day, like, you're like a half a point away from being fired right now. I'm like, what are you fucking talking about? I haven't been late or anything. And they're like, yeah, we got all these tardies for you. And I was like, no, I literally, this is what explicitly told you guys. I've been doing this for last year's no problem. I come to wrestling, come to work. I know you guys schedule me at 4:30 or some shit, but I can't get here till 5:30. And so they maybe like removed like a point or something. So I still had 2 points. And then finally, like, I put in a vacation on Christmas time to go back to Colorado, and they denied it. And I was like, they're like, if you go on vacation, then you're going to get fired. And I was like, well, that's fine. So that one, I don't know if I count, because it was kind of like, I knew that you would fire me, but I'm going to go on vacation. So fuck off. So maybe I quit there. I don't know. I was in control of it. I could have stayed and worked, but
right. Yeah, I'm going to count that to your absence and tardiness.
I did legit get fired from Hoo-Ha, Mongolian Grill.
Hoo-Hot?
Hoo-Hot. Hoo-Ha. Hoo-Ha. You say Hoo-Hot?
Is the T silent?
Hoo-Ha. Yeah, that's how you say Hoo-Ha.
Well, if the T was silent, then it would be Hoo-Hoo.
You think it's Ho-Hut?
Ho-Hut? I think it's Hoo-Hot. If the T was silent, it wouldn't be Hoo-Ha. Oh, no, I don't know. I mean, I guess you did work there. You're the expert, so
I was fired too, so I don't know if I'm that much of an expert. I don't know if I'm credible. But that situation was just a weird work environment in college. Like, after the casino, I was like just jumping around, I think. And I worked there for a couple months. And the manager that fired me, I found out later, was like on coke all the time. One of the people I worked with said he used to do it with him all the time. This guy was like one of the moodiest dudes I've ever been with, man. Like one minute he's like happy-go-lucky, and then the next minute he's screaming at you like fucking a madman, like he's gonna kick your ass or something. You're like, what the fuck just set this guy off? And I'm assuming he just didn't have his drugs that day or something. Right. I don't know, who knows, but for whatever reason, man, I just did not get along with that dude, man. And he fucking fired me one day for, I don't even fucking remember, dude. I wish I can, I feel like I should remember this part of the story, but I just remember this dude like screaming at me for some shit, and I was just like, I can't, I'm done, dude.
You don't remember why you were fired?
No, man.
Because you were late. 100%.
Not this scenario.
You're otherwise agreeable, and
I know.
You're big at your only flaw.
I get along with a lot of people. But this guy, dude, he just did not like me, man. I don't know.
Yeah, I can imagine why. You showed up 30 minutes to 2 hours late every day.
I think that's the only time I've been fired. I brought that up because somebody got fired at work. I'll tell you about that later.
Okay.
I have to fill their position, and it was a big, complete shock.
All right. Well, everybody, thank you for watching. Maybe tell us a story in the comments about how you got fired.
What's your best fire story? Did you get a chance to run in there? Fuck you.
I have fired.
I like you. You're cool.
Probably between 20 and 40 people.
You're more than a firing.
Yeah. All right, that's it. Leave a comment, like, subscribe.